Hello and happy Thursday, and welcome to the Miss Bankable Show, where today we will be discussing how to choose the best bank for your small business. And again, this is the Miss Bankable Show, and this is where we equip Kingdom entrepreneurs to start bankable and sustainable businesses that conquer small business failure. And so I am your host, Miss Bankable. I am a business building expert. I'm a licensed minister, and I am also the owner of Kingdom Visionary Academy, which is the online business school that advances the kingdom of God through entrepreneurial education. And again, today we're going to be discussing how to choose the best bank for your small businesses, because we have banks on every corner, right? But you have to know which one will operate best to be a great partner. Your bank is a partnership. And so the bank that you choose, they become your partner in business. And so you want to make sure that you're choosing the right bank, because not all banks are the same. They're actually all different in their own little ways. Different products that they offer, the size that they offer, how they choose to treat their clientele, their policies, their procedures. All banks are different. And so today, that is what we are going to be discussing. If at any time this is blessing you, this is resonating with you, I ask that you go ahead, comment, and share. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. And today is going to feature like I said, well, no, I have not said this. I've said this in previous broadcasts, but not this one. I am a 10-year veteran from working in the banking industry. I no longer work in banking. I'm a full-time entrepreneur, but I've worked from huge global conglomerate banks to smaller local banks that are more so relegated between 3 to 5 states. 5 states is even pushing it. So I have a lot of banking experience. And so I want to bring that experience to you guys, so make sure that you choose the right partner, the right banking partner for your business. And I'm featuring a little bit of content from WSJ's blog, How to Shop for a Bank. I will add that link in the description once we finish today, okay? Because we give credit where credit is due on the Miss Bankable Show. And so let's go ahead and get started. So when you're thinking about choosing your bank, now I'm assuming that some of you already have a bank. Okay, after listening to this, you might want to switch, or you actually need to find a bank because you're just starting up your business. You're ready to take your business legal. You're ready to take it to the next level. Okay, so when I talk, I'm going to be speaking according to those two different scenarios. So when you want to go and choose a bank, the first thing that you want to think about is, what are your needs? What are the needs of your business? So that requires for you to have a vision of what you want for your business right now and where do you want to take it in the future, okay? Because one of the things is, how many of you, unless something goes desperately wrong, how many of us switch our banks, especially if we have a very rich relationship with them, right? And so some needs that you want to think of are, am I going to be requiring a loan? If your business is heavily product intensive, like you sell some type of widget or you need to get into production, you can pretty much assume that you're going to need financial backing for your business, either through a loan of some sort or through an investor. Either way, that is something to consider when you want to choose your bank. The other thing is, will I be doing international transactions, right? And so that's something to consider as well. With the larger banks, they more so understand that level and type of business. If you are doing, especially, it's a really big thing to now be doing importing, exporting businesses. Such sites like Alibaba and AliExpress, DHgate, they have made it a lot easier to do international business and international transactions. Again, this is good already. Please go ahead and share this out. Share, and comment, and I will make sure I always check in on the comments. I always communicate with you guys, because I'm so grateful that you took time out of your busy day and busy schedule to tune into the Miss Bankable Show. Some things that you also want to consider is, especially if you are like a retailer where you have constant transactions, you're constantly selling products, right? You're going to want to ask, okay, do you have an internal point of sale system? Does the bank offer point of sale system? Does the bank ATMs offer where I can deposit checks right into the ATM or take cash deposits? You guys, not every bank offers point of sale service. Not every bank's ATM is high end to where it will take from you checks or where it would take from you cash. Not every bank offers that. So we can't make these types of assumptions. So this is something that you need to ask and find out before you open your business checking and savings accounts. Okay. Now let's talk about larger banks. So typically with larger banks, there are really four types of banks, depending on the type of business that they want to conduct. You have businesses that do retail. Retail is your average normal consumer, right? That's your normal checking, savings, Roth accounts, things of that nature. Then you have commercial banks who deal with not small, they don't deal with small business. They deal with larger banks that have over 500 employees or more. So their loans are going to be for like $800,000. They're going to be needing to purchase bigger equipment, things of that nature. That's commercial banking. Then you have business banking, which focus on small businesses, which qualifies you to be 500 employees or less. Okay, so that's a small business banking. And then you have institutional banks, and that deals with your stock markets, your tradings, your bonds, things of that nature, right? So not all banks, like I said, not all banks are the same. So you want to make sure that my goal here is not to tell you what type of bank to choose. It's really to give you some pros and some cons of larger and bigger banks, and you make that decision based on the business model or the business that you're trying to run. But yeah, that's pretty much my goal, is to do that, right? Now, if you want some personalized information, you can go to my website, missbankable.com, and schedule a consultation, and we can talk further about that. But for now, I'm leaving that up to you to make that decision, okay? So with larger banks, you have more technology. Okay, so these are the banks, these are the creme de la creme, right? These are the banks that we see on the commercials on TV that are nationally and globally recognized, right? They have a lot of technology. So there's a high chance that they have that internal point of sale system. And what is the benefit of an internal point of sale system? Well, you guys, if you do point of sale through, let's say, Shopify, like if you have a Shopify store and you go through their point of sale app, it takes a few days for you to get your money. But if you go to an internal point of sale, if your bank has internal point of sale, you can get immediate access to those monies, right? So it offers for quicker liquidity, and that is an example of a greater technology that a larger banks have. Typically, smaller banks do not offer internal point of sale service. You have to get an app, you have to go through PayPal, or you have to go through your hosting website for point of sale transactions. Okay, so another benefit of a larger bank, again, if this is blessing you, please go ahead and share this out. All right, so another big benefit of a larger bank is they have 24-hour customer service. You call that number on the back of your card anytime, any day, and you can get somebody, right? They are open all, maybe except Christmas, but any other holidays, they are open. With smaller banks, not so. You get Monday through Saturday, Monday through Friday, maybe till like 9 o'clock. Saturdays, maybe to 2 o'clock. Anytime after that, unless you are doing fraud, unless you have some issue with fraud, you can't get somebody 24/7 at the smaller banks. With the larger banks, you have a lot more access, meaning that there are more ATMs. And in business, your goal is always to keep your expenses low as much as you can. Now, there is a cost of doing business, right? But with ATMs, with the more ATMs, that's less of a fee that you'll have to incur, because you know how that is when you go to an ATM that is not an affiliate of your bank or that is not your bank, you get charged like $3 or $4, right? And so depending on the amount of transactions that you have over the week, over the month, over the year, that $3 or $4, that adds up to where it can become a real expense, right? And so with the larger banks, you're able to decrease those types of like ATM fees. You have more access to your money, more branches where you can go in and to speak to somebody. If you're traveling in another state, you're able to go into that branch. They can pull up your information, that teller, that business banker, whoever, and can best assist you with your accounts. Okay. So that is really important, especially if you're doing business across state lines. Okay. Now, let's talk about a con of a larger bank. One of the cons of a larger bank is typically what larger banks, you're only considered a special customer or a premier customer if you have over $100,000 in assets with them. So in cash, in CDs, whatever type of financial instrument, you have to have over $100,000 in order for you to be considered really valuable to them. Anybody under $100,000, you're kind of seen as you're just a number. Can I be honest with you? You're just a number, because some of these banks are worth like $1 billion, 500, 600, 800 million. Like, it's crazy, right? And so anybody under $100,000, you're just not as valuable. Did you know that people that have over $100,000 or more in their bank, they get a personal banker, and that personal banker sees to it and monitors their account to ensure that they don't get charged any fees? Only people of a certain income bracket get NSF fees, get like overdraft fees, get fees for their accounts. When you have a certain amount of money in the bank, oh, they are good to you. You don't have to worry about no fees. Your personal banker be on it. Ask me how I know. Like I said, I have worked in banking for over 10 years. So I know I've done retail. I've worked in retail banking. I've worked in institutional banking. I've done some work in commercial banking as well. Okay. I know what I'm talking about. All right. And so, and also with larger banks, it's very hard to get a free business checking account. Very difficult. They always want to charge you $10 or $20 a month if you don't meet a certain minimum. So when you are first starting out in business, right? You're just starting up. You're just starting to make sales, being charged that $15, $20 a month, sometimes that does not hit in a pleasant place when you're just starting your business, okay? So that's just something to keep in mind with the larger banks. Now, also with larger banks, before they even waive a fee for you, this content is awesome. I'm going to need for you guys to go ahead, like, comment, and share. And like, comment, and share. And again, thank you for watching the Miss Bankable Show. Okay. And so let's see here. What else was I going to say? Yes. So with a larger bank, before they waive a fee, typically they assess your value to them. A bank is a business, you guys. It is there to make their investors and their stockholders wealthy. Now, with everything going on with COVID, I'm sure it's a lot easier to get things waived, right? Because nobody wants bad publicity. Nobody wants you going to the news station saying that you are mistreating COVID-19 victims, okay? Or you know what I'm saying? Nobody wants that. So you are more likely during this dispensation, during this time, to get certain treatment, certain waivers. But trust and believe, when this is all said and done, banks most likely are going to return back to how they've been doing business. They may implement some type of care programs for the next 18 months or so. But trust me, banks assess how valuable you are to them before they give you special services, typically. And sign up if you want to open a home-based business, or if you are doing a home-based business and you are less than 6 months in, then I highly suggest that you sign up for my virtual and live home-based business workshop and course that is going to be taking place on September 12th from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. In order to sign up for the event, to register the early bird special, go ahead and go to bit.ly/homebase2020. Again, that is B for boy, it.ly/homebase2020, and go ahead and register. If you want to become an affiliate, go ahead, shoot me an email at letstalk@missbankable.com so I can get you some coins for helping to sell and promote this event. All right, so now let's talk a little bit more about smaller banks. So with smaller banks, they focus more on community. These are banks that don't go more than 5 states, right? At the most, they may do like 3 states, or even super small banks such as community banks where that bank is specific just to that community, or certain credit unions, right? So smaller banks really thrive on relationship. They're more relationship focused, more community focused. Now, how does that play to your advantage? Well, you get more personalized service. Right? I remember one time, some years ago when I was running a business, my account was about to overdraft, and because my account was about to overdraft, the banking manager called me and actually I don't know if it was the banking manager or somebody higher up, but somebody called me and was like, "Hey, Sade, do you know that your account is about to overdraft?" And I'm like, "No," I had no clue, right? And so she said, "Well, I stopped the payment, and so you don't have to worry about it. You might want to contact them and get things in order with them, but we're not going to let this go through because we do not want to overdraft your account." That is the personalized service that I'm referring to that you get with a smaller bank. Also, remember, with the larger bank, $100,000, you're considered a premier customer. You get a whole lot of benefits. With smaller banks, guess how much you have to be considered valuable to them? $1,000. So for $1,000, if you go to a community bank and you put in there $1,000, you're considered a premier or a special customer, and you will get those additional benefits. One thing that I do want to say with a smaller bank as well, their personnel, so their business banking expert or their relationship manager has a little bit more room to be able to make certain decisions, to do certain negotiations, right? And so when you go to open up your business account with the small business banker at a smaller bank, you are more likely to be able to negotiate the fees that you want on your account or your interest rates or things of that nature. Also, it's a lot easier to process things with smaller banks. Why? Because they don't have 50 people touching your one account. They don't have 50 people. So you go in to get a small business loan, they're not going to have 50 people that are all touching your account, right? So you may only get 1 or 2 people that are touching your account, looking over your records, seeing if you can be approved or disapproved for a loan, contacting you if they need additional information. So that is a huge, huge benefit, you guys. Trust me, it cuts out a lot of frustration and a lot of anguish that goes along a lot of times when you want to go for a loan. For those of you who have mortgages, it can be very, very, very nerve-wracking. The ideal objective would be to go to a medium-sized bank where you can get all of the technology as well as the great amount of service. So that would be the ideal. And I just want to tell you guys, and I'll post this link too, I want to give you guys, have you guys ever heard of Fundera? Fundera, they collect a whole lot of information. It's a financial website, and they had ranked the 13 best banks for small business in 2020. Now, the first bank that they have on here, I just got done watching Dirty Money on Netflix, so I'm not even going to even mention this bank because what they did was despicable, and I don't even want to mention their name. All right, but for number 2, oh my goodness, if you ever seen Dirty Money, the series on Netflix about corruption and things with money and really how mammon operates and greed corrupts people, very good documentary. series. But they have here, for instance, they have Chase Bank is best known for small business credit cards. Capital One, best bank for high volume deposits and monthly transactions. So if you are, like I said, doing a high volume of sales, perhaps you are an Amazon seller or eBay seller or on one of those type of platforms, Capital Bank might be good for you. Bank of America is known to have the low cost checking accounts. Citibank is a bank that is best bank for a wide range of checking options. So you have a lot of checking account options with Citibank. First Home Bank, it is the best bank for SBA loans. And SBA loans are backed by the government. And so larger banks are more likely to offer this product than really smaller banks. Okay, I do want you to keep that in mind as well. And I'll give you one more bank here. Let's see here. And Santander Bank is the best bank for businesses that import or export products, okay? So I'll also put this link in the description as well because I want you guys to be blessed up. I want you to have powerful and strong banking relationships because that's going to help you to succeed. Money management, finances is a pillar of business, and if your financial structure is not correct, your business is going to suffer. Let me go ahead and show you guys the website for registration for the Zero to Business Home-Based Business Workshop. All right. Okay, you guys. So again, I said in order to sign up, the website is you can actually go to eventbrite.com. The event is live. You can type in Zero to Business Home-Based Business Workshop, or you can go to register here at bit.ly/homebase 2020. It has the date, the time here. That's me. And this is brought to you by my Kingdom Visionary Academy, which is my online academy that teaches Kingdom entrepreneurs how to build bankable businesses. It just has here about the event, what you'll learn. You'll learn how to start a home-based business. You'll learn how to choose the best legal structure for your business. That's super important. You'll learn the financial needs of any business and how to maintain your finances. You'll also learn some online sales, marketing, and branding strategies to really get you off on a strong foot, so to speak, for starting and growing your business. It has my bio, a testimonial from my goal setting workshop, and my contact information. So I highly urge you guys to go ahead and check that out. You're going to be blessed. We're going to do some really powerful, of course, you guys know everything I do is rooted in Christ. So of course, we're going to go over scriptures, soul hindrances, destiny, purpose, all those things as well. So with that being said, thank you for tuning the Ms. Bankable Show, and I will see you guys back here. What's today? Thursday. So I will see you guys back here on Tuesday. Remember, we go live on the Ms. Bankable Show Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I will see you guys back here Tuesday at 6 p.m. for our next episode. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your shares. Thank you, Elena. Yes, banking is super important. You all have a blessed day.